Hi everybody, I thought I'd shoot this video off the back of a subject that came up for me yesterday, and it was through social media, and you can probably tell from the title that it's about the word toxic. Now, for at least the last 5 years, I've seen this word attached to pretty much everything, whether it's toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic masculinity, and yesterday it was used by a company, by an app that I use every day called the Calm app. And it triggered me in a way that made me reply. And then it's also had me really thinking about the subject to do this video, to discuss the subject a little bit more. So what I thought I'd do is I'll share the post that they posted on Threads, my reply to that post, and then just discuss my thoughts about it. And then I'd love to hear yours in the comments. So basically, the Calm app I use every single day for my meditation. It's part of my mindfulness routine, my well-being. I love using it. It's an incredible app. And they posted a really interesting, obviously provoking post yesterday. And it started like this. The early bird gets the worm, which was a question. Sounds like a toxic hustle culture to me. The bird who sleeps in still gets a worm. There are lots of worms. You can keep resting. Now, I totally understand where they were trying to go with that post, and that they were trying to promote people resting and mindfulness and not to feel like you have to hustle in order to succeed or be successful in any way. So I understood that, but it was the use of the word toxic in front of hustle culture. Now, I've been building businesses for the last 12 years. I've hustled like crazy. I've got up early. I've worked late. So I have undoubtedly bought into an element of that hustle culture. But equally, I've been very mindful of my health and well-being and been able to balance the two. So my reply to that thread was, I love the Calm app. I love mindfulness and resting my mind and body. Equally though, when I'm driven by passion and purpose and on a mission, then getting up early and feeling productive is also a good thing for me. Using the language of toxic is a bit harsh in my view, as many of us can appreciate that both rest and hustle are part of a balanced life. It's knowing how to manage both that is the key. So what I was trying to just pick on was using the word toxic in front of anything, to me now, is totally divisive, because people are allowed to have other opinions of what they see as good or bad. So hustle culture for many people in many circumstances will be a good thing, and for other people it will be a bad thing. But to label it toxic because it doesn't fit with what you're doing at the time, I genuinely think is getting extremely divisive. And the amount of things that we're attaching this word to now, I think is getting a bit out of control. So it made me reply, it's made me really think about this subject, and it's made me post this video, because I do think we all need to think very carefully about what we use that word with, because all we're doing is becoming very divisive over every single subject, and then we're not appreciating that people are entitled to another view and they have a different perspective on that subject. So why can't we drop the toxicity and concentrate on the word after it, the subject, whether that's people, relationships, masculinity, hustle culture? Let's talk about it. What are the good things? What are the bad things? Why do you think something is good and I think it's bad? What's the differences there? That would be a much better discussion to have than to label people with the term toxic. I think it's extremely divisive. It's not helping anybody or any subject. So I'd love to hear your thoughts below. I do think we need to change this. The language that we use is so important. And this word toxic now is getting out of control and being attached to everything. I'd rather we talk about the actual subjects and help people to have a much more varied understanding of the subject so that they can make an informed choice. So let me know below, drop your comments. I'd love to hear your viewpoint, and thanks for watching.